So the other day we got a bunch of details about the upcoming summer 2021 LEGO Marvel superhero sets. Now originally I wasn't even sure if I was allowed to make a video on this with LEGO's new rules about leaks and rumors, but it looks like some of the other LAN LEGO YouTubers are making videos on this, so I think I should be good. Anyways, we got a bunch of rumored set lists from Promo Bricks and roadshiny.it, I probably mispronounced that. Anyways, these are rumors, but they still come from some pretty reliable sources, so there's a good chance a lot of these could be real. But at the end of the day, they still are rumors, so take that with a grain of salt. I wasn't even going to make a video on this originally, but these sets on this list just look so awesome, so we just had to talk about it. Also, I want to give a quick reminder that the giveaway for $100 worth of your choice of LEGO is still going on. All you gotta do is make sure you are subscribed, follow the link in the description, and sign in with your YouTube account. That's it, super simple and 100% free, and who knows, maybe you'll even win some of these sets that are mentioned in today's video. Okay, so let's get into the sets here. The coolest part about this entire wave is that they're all going to be based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is a great thing because LEGO never really revisits movies from the MCU. And when you look at another theme like Star Wars, that's all they pretty much do, and that works out pretty well over there, so it's a real shame LEGO doesn't do more of that, but here they are now, making some sets on older movies. Anyways, I'm going to start from the cheaper sets and just work our way to the more expensive ones. So the first set we have here is the Captain America vs. Hydra Faceoff for $10 and it has 49 pieces. This is most likely going to be a 4+ junior set, so probably nothing too interesting here. But I still hope we get to see some exclusive minifigures from the first Captain America movie. Even if the build is terrible, as long as we get some good minifigures, it'll still be a cool set. Anyways, that is probably the least interesting of the entire wave, so on to the next one here. We have the Dragonfly, which should retail for 20 or 30 bucks. We have two different rumors, so depending on which one's right, it could be more expensive or less expensive. Let's hope it's that $20 instead. It is also rumored to include 202 pieces, so based on that price per part ratio, it should hopefully cost $20, but who knows, this is a licensed LEGO theme, so it could end up being like 30 bucks. Regardless of the price, this is still really cool because it's going to be based on the Black Panther movie. We got two different sets from that movie originally, and while they were kind of neat, I think the minifigures were a bit of a letdown. Especially in that smaller set that included Black Panther and Killmonger, that included their final outfits they had that battle in the ending of the movie. LEGO just didn't do a good job on that at all, and it's not really their fault. I mean, they probably were working with really concept art images and stuff like that due to spoilers, so I guess they did the best with what they had. Anyways, this is probably going to be kind of a small set, so it probably won't have too many minifigures, but I am hoping it includes M'Baku because we haven't seen him in LEGO form, and he's pretty important to the Black Panther universe. And also, I want to see Chadwick Boseman as the Black Panther one more time in minifigure form, but this time, hopefully they can give us a version with the mask with the eyes actually closed. I know every single time we got the normal Black Panther outfit, the eyes for some reason are open, which I know he does quite a bit in the movie, but for the most part, those eye slits are closed, and I think the suit looks a lot more cool like that, so hopefully the minifigure is like that instead of the current one that we have right now from the original Black Panther movie. Regardless, it's just still awesome that we're going to be getting more sets from Black Panther because that was a great film, and obviously Chadwick Boseman passed away, so it's not likely that we're going to be getting any more variations of his minifigure anymore, so it's great that LEGO is revisiting that movie one more time. The next set here is just called Marvel's Avengers. It's going to be $30 and has 265 pieces. This could honestly be anything, really. It could be from any film. The MCU is so large, and this title is just so vague. So hopefully we get some more details soon about what this set will be. I'm hoping it's something from Infinity War or Endgame, just because those later movies are just the most hype ones, and they have some of the cooler outfits for minifigures and stuff like that. So I hope it's something from that, but it honestly could be anything. And either way, I'm just glad it's from the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all. Okay, the next one here is one that I'm super excited about because it's from Iron Man 1. We have the Iron Man Monger Mayhem, which is going to be $40 and include 479 pieces. Now, I'm not sure you guys know this about me, but one of my biggest parts of my LEGO collection is collecting all of the LEGO Iron Man minifigures. I've managed to collect pretty much every single one, like all the War Machines, all the Tony Stark Iron Mans, Rescue, everything like that. I am missing a couple here and there, but that's what I really like to do, is collect all the Iron Mans. It's probably the best part of my LEGO collection. So something like this is just really awesome to me. We've never seen that original Iron Man 1 suit in LEGO form, so it'll be really cool to see it here. And we'll also get Iron Monger in this set, I'm assuming, just because he's in the title. So this set sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun for any Iron Man fan at all. It's going to be a must-buy if you're a big Iron Man fan like me. And I'm definitely looking forward to adding that Mark II, I believe, or Mark III to my Iron Man collection as well. And it'll also be kind of interesting to see the difference between the prints of the original Iron Man suits from like the Avengers movie compared to this newer one, considering those suits are very close to each other in like canon, but these LEGO minifigures are made so far apart, the details and the printing and all that stuff, it's going to be very different between the minifigures, so that'll be pretty interesting to see. Anyways, I'm super excited for this one. It's probably the set I'm most excited for on this list, but then again, I am super biased to Iron Man. The next set we have here is also pretty cool. It's not one I'm too excited for, just because I'm not the biggest Venom fan out there. But we are getting a LEGO Venom bust for $60. So this is probably going to continue like the helmets line that we get in Star Wars, that we saw a brief introduction with Marvel with the Iron Man helmet. I honestly didn't like that set very much, but hopefully they do a better job with the Venom here. I'm sure it's going to look really cool. I know I've seen some fan art ones that look really awesome, so hopefully LEGO does a good job with it as well. So for any big Spider-Man or Venom fans, this will be a great piece to add to your collection. Now the next one here is one that I'm super excited for, the Infinity Gauntlet, which is going to retail for $70 and include 590 pieces. Now, judging just off the piece count, it doesn't look like this will be an actual like scaled version that you could put on your hand or anything like that. I think it's going to be similar to the size of like the Star Wars helmets line or the Venom bust that we just talked about previously. But either way, this is going to be awesome. I'm hoping they can somehow incorporate a lot of painted gold pieces. You know, there's a big difference between like the regular pearl gold molded pieces and the painted ones, so I doubt they're actually going to do that. That just sounds way too expensive. But just having a massive gold Infinity Gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones in there, it's just such a nice display piece, and it'll probably look really awesome, so I'm definitely going to be picking that one up. I hope LEGO doesn't butcher it like they kind of did with the Iron Man helmet, but I don't see how you could really do it wrong. It's just a gigantic golden glove, so I'm hoping it turns out alright. Okay, now the next one here is probably one of the most anticipated sets from this list. It's the Avengers Endgame Final Battle, which is going to retail for $70 and include 527 pieces. Now the reason this is so awesome is because it's set on probably the most epic moment in MCU history, if not film history. That final battle in Endgame is a culmination of like 11 years of hype, and LEGO just dropped the ball completely when it came to recreating that moment. Which I gotta say is not really their fault. I mean, they probably had no idea how the scene was gonna go. So when they were designing those Endgame sets originally, they were just really working with concept art and earlier images, so there was really no way they could properly portray that scene. Although I do still think giving all the Avengers those time travel suits was really lazy, because there's no way they didn't see those early concept art images of all their outfits. I mean, we as fans saw them like a year before the movie came out, so I'm not sure how the designers didn't, but who knows. This is now their chance to make up for all of that. Now, just by looking at that piece count, I'm hoping this set doesn't have many builds or anything like that, and just focuses on the minifigures. I really doubt they'll do this, but I'm hoping they just pack this thing in with a bunch of minifigures and a whole bunch of ones that we haven't gotten before, hopefully. I know we already got the Endgame Iron Man suit, but hopefully we see Captain America in his final battle uniform there. Also, Fat Thor is something that I really think they need to include in this set. As well as a bunch of others like maybe War Machine, Ant-Man, who knows, there's just so many characters you could choose from here. So I'm hoping they do a good job with it. I'm just glad that this set is finally being made. I know it's 2 years late, but the fact that the movie has now been out and it can't really be spoiled, hopefully this just means we get a better LEGO set. Okay, so the second last set on our list here is the Benatar for $150. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is pretty much the ship that the Guardians use throughout Infinity War and then Endgame as well, and that'll be reappearing in Thor 4 Love and Thunder, and as probably going to be reappearing in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie. I'm not 100% sure about it appearing in the third Guardians film, but I'm kind of just guessing there's a really good chance it still does. Anyways, it's a really cool ship, and it's become quite iconic with just how much we've seen it in the last 2 Avengers movies. I'm really hoping this one is based off of Avengers Endgame, because we technically already got this ship in the LEGO Infinity War sets. Although you did have to buy 2 separate sets and then put them together to make the whole thing. But still, this one is probably going to be a lot better and a lot more complete. And I'd really just like to see the characters more in their Endgame variants like Fat Thor or maybe even Captain Marvel. I think that'd be really cool to see. I'm sure LEGO will do a great job with this ship. LEGO does a pretty good job when it comes to spaceships in general, so I'm sure this one will be no different. So yeah, another new Benatar, which we've already seen, but hey, the more the merrier, right? Okay, so on to the last one, and this one is just completely absurd. We don't really see too many UCS style sets from the LEGO Marvel line. I think the last one we got was the Helicarrier, or I guess if you want to consider the Hulkbuster a UCS style set, then that would also be one as well. But we will be seeing a $300 Daily Bugle set. Now, this one probably won't be based on the MCU just because we haven't seen the Daily Bugle in the MCU at all, I believe. Maybe it's made an appearance in the background of some of the shots or something like that, but in general, we haven't really seen Spider-Man go there. So this one I can almost certainly say is not based on the MCU, which is still a good thing. I'm hoping this gives them a chance to just go all out with a bunch of minifigures. I mean, this is a $300 set, so I'm hoping it's similar to the Batcave set that we got a couple of years ago that was based on like the early 60s or 70s Batman. That set just included a bunch of minifigures that were all exclusive and just really well done. So I'm hoping LEGO does the same thing here with Spider-Man and the entire roster of villains and different characters in his universe. Like, take this chance to just make the perfect Spider-Man suit with like all the arm printing, leg printing, dual molded legs, all of it. And include a bunch of characters that we haven't seen before. Just go off on this one, LEGO. I'd really like to see what they make here. And one of the coolest things about this is this will pretty much be a $300 LEGO skyscraper. So even if you're not the biggest fan of Marvel superheroes or superheroes in general, this is probably going to be a really interesting build that may just be picking up for the build alone. I can almost guarantee right now that if this set does happen, we will be seeing J. Jonah Jameson in this set. I actually own the original Daily Bugle set that came out, I believe, in 2012 or something like that. It was a long time ago. But that set I don't think was that expensive. It must have been like 60 to 80 bucks or something like that. But it was still a very large build. It was like 3 stories or something like that. Overall, just one of my favorite LEGO Marvel superhero sets to ever be made. But now we will be pretty much seeing a souped up version of that set at $300, so hopefully it looks amazing. But yeah, that pretty much does it for the rumored set list. Again, these are just rumors, so take it with a grain of salt, although they are quite reliable rumors, so there's a good chance these are pretty accurate. The thing I'm most excited about from this wave is just the fact that LEGO is revisiting some of the older Marvel films. I've been saying this for a long time, but I always thought that was the biggest flaw with the LEGO Marvel Superheroes theme. They have this entire backlog of movies and TV shows and this whole universe to pick from, and they just never really go back and revisit some of the best moments from that universe. Which is a little bit ironic considering Star Wars, the most popular LEGO theme, makes all of their money and all of its profit off of just revisiting old movies. I mean, that's pretty much all we get is original trilogy stuff, and those seem to sell the best anyways, so I don't know why LEGO hasn't done this earlier with Marvel, but I'm glad they're finally doing it now. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this whole video. Make sure to let me know what you guys think about this rumored set list down in the comments below. Whether you guys are planning on picking any of these up, or which ones you guys are most excited for, and what you think that some of these sets will end up being. I'm still a little curious as to what that $30 Marvel's Avengers set's going to be, because we know nothing about it yet. So yeah, a lot of things to speculate about and a lot of stuff to be hyped about. Overall, it's looking like this wave is going to be one of the best in LEGO Marvel Superheroes history. Also, if you haven't had a chance to enter the giveaway, make sure to do so. But that will pretty much do it for me. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.